So this is the look that I have created today. Jazz hands. This is my spring makeup look. I really like this look. It's very light on the eyes with a very bright corally red lip. I used Craving Coral, which is a matte Maybelline lipstick, so very inexpensive. And I think this is a really long-lasting makeup for me anyway, because whenever I use a powder foundation, like I did today, the makeup tends to last and wear a lot better throughout the day, especially when it's hot outside. So, that being said, I probably used a lot more products than necessary in this video, but I'm a full face of makeup kind of girl. I just am. So if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. So I'm using 3 primers today, which is completely unnecessary, but each one of them serves a different purpose on my face. The first one I'm going to use is the Maybelline Master Prime in Blur and Illuminate, and I'm going to apply this all over my face. This one is kind of a baby pink shiny thing, which pink is for illuminating. Then through the center of my face and kind of on weird texture areas on my face, I'm going to use the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. I like to use this on rough texture areas as well because it smooths out any kind of weird texture that's on the skin. Then lastly, because my under eyes are generally really dry, because I have dry skin, I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I actually am quite enjoying this. You don't need a lot of this. I probably use too much, but you don't need a lot. I'm just going to put that right under my eyes. So I'm starting to realize that this whole video is going to be unnecessary use of a lot of products because moving on to concealer, because I'm using a powder foundation today, I have 3 of them that I potentially am going to use. So if you want to be high maintenance like me, pull out your multiple concealers, but if you're a normal person, you can just use one. First I'm going to start with my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer in Light 16, just to conceal anything around my face. So just going to pat it over this area, over this stuff. Then I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla and use that through the center of my face and under my eyes. I still do these steps because I like the extra coverage that concealer gives even under a powder foundation. I realize that these are completely unnecessary probably, but it's just how I roll. And then I'm going to blend all of that out with a beauty blender. And like I said, I'm also going to use that under my eyes. Really spreading this out because this is quite a thick consistency. And again, blending that out with my beauty blender. Then to set my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. I finally found this at Target. I have been looking for it forever because it's supposed to be very similar to Laura Mercier's Secret Brightening Powder, except it has glitter in it, but I think I can live with that. So I'm just going to get some on my Real Techniques setting brush, blend out any creasing with my beauty blender just to make sure we're not setting creasiness, and then just go in and set that. Then for my actual foundation, I am using this one. This is the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination. They also have the regular Celebration Foundation, but I opted to purchase this one because I have dry skin, and it is quite illuminating. I've only used it once, and I liked it. I'm going to use the EcoTools Custom Coverage Blending Brush to apply this, and I'm going to start by stippling it on And I will say that when I start applying this, it does not look like it matches me, but as you blend it and get it all on your face, it changes. I don't know. It matches. It really does. It looks too yellow. I'm in the shade Light, by the way. I'm listening to Sam Smith right now, and can I just say that he's amazing? Yeah, amazing. Being nosy and watching my neighbors. Does anybody else do that? Like, do you else have your makeup set up in front of a window and you just sit here and watch your neighbors? Because you're creepy like that? Moving on to bronzing and contouring. I'm using 3 products to do this, which is unnecessary. First I'm going to start with Hoola from Benefit and my Real Techniques contour brush. And I'm really going to... It's contouring, but this really bronzes up my skin as well. Hoola is great for very fair skin tones. So I just start contouring with this, but really blending it up onto my cheekbones, so I'm also bronzing at the same time. I'm probably kind of doing the bronzing step backwards, but you kind of, when you're bronzing, you want to work in like a 3. I just start in the middle because I like to. Then to do a little bit of actual contouring, I'm using MAC's Sculpting Powder in the shade Sculpt and the Real Techniques Sculpting Brush. This is new, and I'm really trying to decide how I feel about this brush. I think I like it, but I'm not really sure. So I'm just going to take and put that on the back portion under my cheekbones. I'm not really going past the corner of my eye with this, because I'm not using it to kind of warm up the skin. I'm just using it to give that extra definition to my face. So you can see that just recedes that area and really gives me those cheekbones. Then, just to make sure everything blends together, is seamless, there's no harsh lines, I'm going to be using the Soulmates Blushing Bronzer from Too Faced in the shade Ross and Rachel. I think this is the warmer one of the two, actually. But I'm just using a Duo Fiber brush and just running that very lightly over my face. Because it's spring, I want to be bronzed. I want to be bronze. Because I'm a pale beast. Then before I apply any blush, I'm going to highlight. First, I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Ethereal Light. I love this. I'm just going to hit the tops of my cheekbones and then blend that up underneath my eye as well. And then just in the center of the face. And a little bit underneath the contour, just to help clean it up a little bit. Then to do like some actual highlighting, I guess, I'm going to use this highlight powder from MAC. This is from the Philip Tracy collection. This did have like a silver overspray in between the embossing, which I think is kind of weird, but I think I like this so far. I don't know if it was because of the overspray or what, but this is in the shade Nude Pink. I'm just going to apply that on the high planes of my face. I think this highlights. Like, I just don't know. I don't know if it's the overspray or if it actually, like, highlights my face. Then, for blush, I'm going to use this one from Model Co. This is in the shade Peach Bellini. It's very shimmery, very pigmented. I've been loving this blush, actually. I normally don't like peach blush colors, but I like this one. Now moving on to the eyes, I've already primed my lids, and I'm just going to go back into this bronzer from Too Faced and use that in my crease. You can use whatever bronzer you want for this step, and I'm just going to buff that back and forth into the crease. Just add some definition. This is not a matte bronzer, this is definitely a satin finish bronzer, so if you want something matte, I would do that. I'm also going to use that bronzer to define my lower lash line a little bit as well. Just running that lightly back and forth. I'm going to use this palette from Mally. This is the City Chick Loving Life shadow palette. This is the pink one. There's also a purple and a green one, and you can purchase these at Ulta. I don't remember how much they are. I'm going to go into this pastel-y blue turquoise teal color called Caught in the Limelight, and that's going to be my lid shade, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply this. Then putting no additional product on the fluffy brush that I used in the crease, I'm just going to lightly blend out that edge, just like so. And then because I want my inner corners to be crazy highlighted, I'm going to be using Mary Luminizer from The Balm, which is just crazy highlight. And I'm using a Real Techniques accent brush just to really get in there. Just making sure to blend that in to the blue and fade it out on the lower lash line. I really like how this is looking without eyeliner, so I'm not going to use any. I just want a little bit of extra definition around the lash line on both top and bottom. So I'm going to be using Deep Plum from Anastasia of Beverly Hills on a MAC 263 to really just push that into the roots of my lashes. I think black would be too harsh with this for me personally, but if you want to, you can use black. So for my lips, I'm doing something completely outside of my comfort zone, and that is using a corally orange-toned red lipstick. This is Craving Coral from Maybelline. Yeah, Maybelline. This is one of the matte lipsticks, and I think I like it, but I'm really trying to push myself and wear orange-toned red lipsticks this summer. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to line my lips with this Fire lip liner from number 7. So yeah, and I'm going to fill my whole lips in with this because I feel like this lipstick definitely benefits from a lip liner. So that finishes up this fresh, bright-lipped spring look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.